back to EnergyLAB. Today I'm being joined by Sharat Mohan, one of my colleagues at Enerwhere. Maybe just introduce yourself briefly.
Sure. Thank you, Stefan, for having me. My name is Sharat. I have been working as a project engineer for Enerware's off-grid construction segment for more than 2 years now. So before that, actually, I graduated from College of Engineering Trivandrum in mechanical engineering and did my post-graduation from IIT Bombay in energy systems and engineering.
Excellent. Today we're going to look at a project of Multiplex, correct?
Exactly. So we have a very interesting project for you guys. This is Multiplex, the ADDRESS JUMEIRAH gate. So where we are not only powering, we are not only supplying electricity to the client, but also involved in the demand side, where we are trying to save some money for them by improving the energy efficiency. Yeah.
Great. Before we look at the project itself, tell me a little bit about Multiplex.
So Multiplex is an Australian company. They were founded in the 1960s. Very sustainability driven company. They are very focused on their sustainability goals. So they are the first construction company, might be in the world itself, who are trying to convert their site offices to a net zero building. So a site office is a temporary building, right? So that's much how they are focused on their sustainability goals. So Enerwhere has been partnering with them for more than 4 years now. We have done almost 5 projects together, right? We are helping them with their energy and sustainability goals, trying to use more clean energy for them, trying to improve their energy efficiency. So we just started by powering one of their site offices actually, and in our last collaboration we have actually built a site office for them. So yeah, that's where we stand right now.
Great. So on this specific project, I understand the key problems that you try to address or help the client were providing more sustainable energy,
yes,
more efficient air conditioning,
yes,
and also the labor rest area. Is that correct?
Yeah. So typically we will discuss about it later. So most in UAE, like, it's a very hot and humid condition. So the most of the energy consumption of a site office, in fact for any building, is spent on the cooling load, right? So we were trying to figure out like how can we improve this. Second problem was the labor tent. So before us, they had the conventional fabric labor tents. It's not at all energy efficient, right? So when we actually monitored the load for the labor tents, we were surprised, right? The client was also actually surprised to see that how much they are consuming per meter square area. So they consulted us, they were asking for a solution, and we built one for them. Also, like I said before, they are trying to achieve net zero energy efficiency for the building site offices. So you cannot do that without solar. So that's the other thing we are doing for them.
Fantastic, excellent. So I guess now is a good time for us to go to the actual site and have a closer look.
Yeah, sure.
Great, thanks, Sharat.
Thank you.
So, Sharat, now we're here at the construction site of Multiplex.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what we're doing?
Yes, of course. So here our scope can be divided into 2 categories. The first one, we are supplying electricity and cooling services to Multiplex site office, which you can see in the background. And then we have actually built an energy efficient labor-less area for them in the building's basement itself. So like all of our off-grid projects, basically there is zero upfront cost for the client, and for all the services they are being charged on per month basis based on an agreed payment structure.
Excellent. And the site office that we're seeing here at the back, what have we done here?
So here the site office, Multiplex site office, and the client office, and some of the loads associated that we are powering using our centralized solar diesel hybrid system. So we installed a solar capacity of around 70 kilowatt peak on the rooftop, which takes around 20% of the average load. And so that was the maximum we were able to achieve because of the space constraint. So in addition to that, we have also installed around 200 tons of 5-star inverter-based air conditioners in Multiplex site office.
Great.
Yeah.
For our viewers, can you explain what an inverter AC is?
Sure. So basically, an inverter AC has a variable frequency compressor. Depending on the cooling requirement, it actually varies the refrigerant flow rate so that it will consume less power to achieve the same amount of cooling as compared to a non-inverter based AC. So a non-inverter based AC typically has a fixed cooling capacity compressor. It will just start and off continuously.
Okay.
So because of that, an inverter based air conditioner is more efficient, more reliable, it's less noisy, and altogether it provides more comfort to the occupants. Why we selected inverter based AC? Because so basically we have data from more than 50 construction sites across UAE, right? So basically we have gone through all the possible configurations of air conditioners and site offices, right? So based on that data, we picked these particular units from the market.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've looked at the solar, at the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Let's discuss about the
Energy
welfare
efficient
area.
welfare area.
Yes.
Yeah. So energy efficient welfare area, which we built in the basement, as I said before. So it expands over 1,640 meters square, right? And it serves around 4,500 labors per day basis, right? Also, we have used industrial grade architectural sandwich panels, which has a very low heat transfer coefficient, and we are cooling the area using highly efficient package units.
Great. You said that the welfare center is in the basement. That's
Yeah.
a car park, I guess. Is there enough space?
Yes. So space was not the problem. Client actually cleared this area for us, but installing the wall panels was really difficult because since it's in the basement, so through the ceiling, basically the entire building's MEP services is passing by, right? So to install each of these panel, we had to cut open the panel to make way for these MEP services. So installation was difficult. Second thing is, because we are cutting off these panels, basically we are compromising the air tightness of the building, so which will affect our energy efficiencies, right? So what we did is we will cut the panels, we will install it, then basically we will close the gap using gypsum and foam spray, right? That's how we move on. So another problem was a basement is poorly insulated, obviously, right? Because there is nobody staying in there. So we had to place our big package units over there to cool the area, right? So these package units are 25 ton each, and we have 4 of those. So the heat emitted by these things are like immense, right? So it would have made the working environment very difficult for the people who are working outside the welfare area. So what we did is we basically strategically placed the units right in front of the ramp, right, at a safe distance, and we installed these metal bends over the evaporator fans. So basically it will throw the hot air towards the ramp. So the hot air is low density, so as soon as it reaches the ramp, it will go straight upwards, right? So that was very effective actually.
Great.
Yeah.
What I've basically seen from other construction sites is that their welfare areas are typically just tents, so very poorly insulated
Yes.
areas.
Yeah.
What you've sort of improved on, you've have proper insulation
Yeah.
and proper air conditioning. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it is right. So before Enerware's energy efficient welfare area, Multiplex also had similar tents. This is conventional fabric tents basically. So actually the one they used to have was half the area, but it was consuming more energy compared to our welfare area. So that was remarkable. From the beginning onwards, client was able to quantify these things, that the old welfare area is consuming this much energy on a per meter square basis, and energy efficient welfare area is consuming less than half than that, right? So how is it possible? Because we have integrated our monitoring system. Client was able to see like, okay, this is what's going on, and so that they can appreciate it more.
Great. Talking of monitoring,
Yeah.
how important is the monitoring for this on this project?
Yeah, so it's not just for this project, for all Enerwhere project, I would say that's the biggest thing, because like I said before, we have the data from more than 50 construction sites, right, all across UAE. So this will help us prepare custom solutions for our clients. it's also help us to improve ourselves. Once a system is in place, whether it's a solar diesel hybrid system, whether it's a labor welfare area, from day one onwards, we are continuously monitoring it. So I will just give you a quick example on that how it helped our welfare area. Our welfare area actually was not performing as much as we expected in the summer months, right? In terms of energy consumption, it was consuming more compared to our forecast. So what we did is we have this daily data coming in, right? So we looked at the data and figured out, okay, this point we can save some energy. This is where we can save some energy, right? So what we did is we bought in some of the air curtains, some PVC curtains, right? We just rearranged, we played with the positions of the air conditioners. We reduced the duct length, we insulated the duct length, right? So altogether what happened is in June 2020, the energy consumption was 20% less compared to June 2019. I mean, that is really amazing. That it's remarkable. This is just a start. So in our new projects, so we are inspired from this. In our new projects, we are trying to implement more and more solutions based on data. In one of the projects, we are actually trying to externally control the air conditioners. You might have heard of building management system, BMS system. It's pretty standard in large commercial buildings. I think we will be the first guys who are actually implementing this on a temporary site office. That's how much we care, right? So basically we are trying to control the set temperature so that we can achieve the overall comfortable in the building with less energy consumption. Also, we are trying to turn on and off the air conditioners based on occupancy. So these are small things, but which will have a major impact on the energy consumption and which will have a major impact on clients' energy bill.
Fantastic.
So yeah, fantastic. That's the thing.
So what I'm hearing is super inspiring. I'm really glad that you have achieved all of these goals here on this project. I like to also say that I'm really happy and inspired by the client pushing for these things, that they value these things. And I'm seeing it happening with more and more clients. Having said that, Multiplex is definitely a leader in that area in the construction sector. So thank you for your time and explaining this project and all the developments here. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.